Duval, welcome in. I'm Jordan DeLugo with GenJag.com. Thanks for joining me today. Right now, we are talking Georgia edge defender Travon Walker. Is he destined to be the top pick in the draft for the Jacksonville Jaguars? Follow myself at Jordan DeLugo on Twitter and Generation Jaguar at Generation Jag. We are one day, one sleep from the 2022 NFL Draft. The Jaguars hold the top overall pick, and the latest buzz over the last couple of weeks has been Travon Walker to the Jacksonville Jaguars. There's been a lot of smoke, perhaps smoke screens. Who knows what's going on inside that building? It could still be Aiden Hutchinson, who is apparently the favorite of Shad Khan, the Jaguars owner. It could be Ike Mekwonu, who is the apple of Doug Peterson's eye, the Jaguars head coach. But Travon Walker is the betting favorite. He is who Todd McShay of ESPN believes the Jaguars will be selecting. A lot of other plugged-in guys around the league are pointing towards Travon Walker. Of course, it seems like no one knows what's going to happen when the Jaguars turn in that card on Thursday night at 8 p.m. But today we're looking at Travon Walker, who is, again, the betting favorite to be the first overall pick to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Some background on the guy. Former 5-star recruit from Thomaston, Georgia, could have gone anywhere, but he elected to stay home, go to the Georgia Bulldogs, and now he's looking like he's going to be a top draft pick. He did not become a full starter until 2021, full-time starter. About 270 pounds right now. He actually played 15 to 20 pounds heavier at times throughout his collegiate career. He's a tireless worker, excellent teammate. Nobody has a bad thing to say about the guy. Probably could have found more production and playing time elsewhere if he decided to transfer from Georgia or commit somewhere else. But he has a military mindset thanks to his father, super hard worker, like I mentioned. Looking at Travon Walker's game on the field, he aligned all over the place on the defensive line for Georgia, literally up and down that defensive line, up and down the line of scrimmage. He was asked to set the edge on the outside against the run, which he did with ease. His length, strong hands, and processing allow him to be an elite run defender on the edge. He was asked to stunt and shift often, especially when you're trying to create penetration into that backfield. That led to a lot of his splash play production. Difficult to slow him down once you get him moving. And very difficult for once he has a head of steam for offensive guards and centers to match up with this guy. He was asked to drop in coverage, drop into space, shallow zones, which he looked really good and comfortable doing. His length, athleticism, and instincts serve him well as an underneath disruptor in those shallow zones. He can really reduce windows and make life tough for the quarterback. His long arms, his athleticism, it's just difficult to throw around the guy. As a run and chase player, he might be at his best. He has elite pursuit. Again, once he gets that stride opened up and is chasing you down, whether it's in the backfield, whether it's 30 yards down the field or down the line of scrimmage, it's going to be difficult to escape from Travon Walker. He is very inexperienced as a pure edge rusher. Does not appear to have great bend. Does not have a pass rush plan at this point. And does not show the ability to work counters. You look at his testing, and it's not just about this testing and how he looked at the combine in Indianapolis. It's about how this testing translates to the field, which it certainly does. But his testing was incredible. 6'5", 272 pounds with 35-inch arms, 10 3/4-inch hands, 95th percentile wingspan, 98th percentile 40 at 4.51, 36-inch vert, 80th percentile, 87th percentile broad jump, 93rd percentile three cone. He is a 100th percentile athlete. It's incredible what he has in his arsenal, what he has in his body. The one thing I will say, I think his explosiveness off the line of scrimmage is good. His first step, it's good, not elite. It is very good. I think he can continue to develop that. And as he continues to develop as an edge rusher, and quite frankly, align more as an edge rusher, you should see that improve. But from an athletic perspective, there's really no red flags. Everything that you want an edge rusher, a defensive lineman, everything you want is there. Projecting his ceiling and floor, I think, is a critical part of this evaluation process. You need to look at the range of outcomes and then project what you think you're going to get out of him. For his ceiling, I think it's an unstoppable force who uses otherworldly strength, length, athleticism, combined with hand counters, instincts, and effort to dominate on a weekly basis, both as a run defender and pass rusher. A versatile chess piece that can be deployed in multiple different alignments and asked to hold the point, pursue, drop, and rush. Now, the opposite end of the spectrum, that floor. A physical freak who dominates against the run and makes splash plays against the pass, but fails to consistently make Pro Bowls because he doesn't develop a pass rush plan and lacks the bent to consistently win the edge. A quality starter who you wish could give you just a bit more. Now, my projection is somewhere in the middle of those two things. I think he'll be a plus starter that will make a few Pro Bowls, but is typically more of a 6, 7 to 10 sack guy who also dominates against the run and has versatility instead of a top tier pass rusher. That's what I think Travon Walker will be in the NFL. Again, his ceiling is limitless. But let's look at his fit in Jacksonville. I think immediately he's a starting defensive lineman in base who sets the edge against the run, is used on passing downs as a block eater, at times a knifer who's just looking to squeeze between a guard and a tackle, a guard and a center. He'll keep offensive linemen off balance, that's for sure. Continuing to use him on stunts and games up front, just as Georgia did, will help him play at a high level early. I think he's an occasional dropper, and he can be effective in that role and disruptive in that role. Effort and motor combined with insane physical profile will allow him to earn playing time on all three downs while continuing to develop his hands and overall pass rush technique in year one. I would not make this pick at 1, but I clearly understand why a team would. But for me, there are other elite athletes in this class at multiple positions, and especially at the edge rush position, that show the ability to defend the run, but have a much higher pass rush floor. This is a passing league. You've got to be able to affect the passer. It can be enticing to have a jack of all trades, but right now Travon Walker is a master of none when it comes to being a pass rusher. But the run stopping, the versatility, the motor, and the pass rush potential, they're undeniable. He is the betting favorite to go number 1 overall to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Will that happen? We'll find out. We have one more sleep until the Jaguars make their pick. That's going to do it. Thanks for tuning in, Duval. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button on YouTube and check genjag.com for all the latest Jaguars news and analysis and Duval gear.